he was a follow-up coordinator in the fellowship, and he was following me up. But I remember one day I banged the door at him like dead house. I banged the door like, hello, what are you doing in my house? Like,
Sister Faith, you know it's you.
I think I was around 2019, 2021. But I was so desperate for marriage. I don't know why. I was so desperate.
Teenager.
We just said,
Teenager, you dey pray marriage. Anyway. Hello. Hi, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing? What's up, everybody? Please call everyone who has gone on break. Like, call everybody. Let them come over here because your favorite host is back again. Your favorite interview host. Okay, guys, how have we all been? It's so great to be back, in front of you once again. And I'm so happy to be hosting this amazing, radiant couple. Ladies and gentlemen, grab a cup of water. Grab a cup of water or maybe Zobo or anything, whatever it is. Just get something to, eat or drink or chew because you're about to go on a very, very interesting and beautiful ride. You know how we do it here. I love talking to couples, asking them about their love stories, asking them about how they knew that he was the one, how, he knew that she was the one, and just having this, love story of, how God, how God faithfully brings his children together. And today is not going to be an exception. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me on the show the radiant couple. Ta-da, ladies and gentlemen, look who we have here. The radiant couple. Honestly, I think one of the things I said when they came on this show, like when you came on, when you joined, I just said, oh, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, thank God this is happening. I'm really, really so happy. I'm so grateful. I know that you both are busy people, like very, very busy people. I know for sure. And I do not take this for granted at all. So thank you so much.
thank you for having us. Thank you.
See, people of God, let me just tell you the truth. If you are following Madam Faith on Facebook, I am not married, I am single. If you they touch your body sometime, let me just because the way she used to drop those, I said, let me be learning and carry motivation for the future because that's what we said that they do because everybody must, we have to enter this place. Thank you so much. So one of the reasons, I do this usually when I bring couples on this channel, is to ask them questions around knowing, that he was the one. So, so the question is, how did you know that this is the person? Because I think a lot of questions that single people have is that how am I sure? How do I know that it's a person? And again, because of our circle, this will of God thing, I feel like a lot of people get it twisted, some people just feel like it is so complicated. I want to believe that it is not so complicated. It could be the way it has been presented and all of that. But tell us your story. Where did this all start from? How did this start? I will just sit down here and listen and learn. That's what I want to do. So, whoever wants to go first, just go ahead and then just get us on that journey of getting to know that this is the person I would be doing the rest of this life with.
So let's start with saying that because this interview has no script,
there's no script. There's no script.
We'll try our best to be very simple, very
summarized.
Summarized.
The long journey.
Yeah. About story, let's hear from the ladies first.
Okay.
I don't really do it because you get when we had to start. Like for me, I had to join it from like 2014 when I first saw the first revelation to getting married in 2023.
2014
to 2023. So that's like a long journey. We're not gonna
let me carry my calculator and calculate.
So, but let's dive into it, so we'll get to talk about it and then.
So you can see that this will be really instructional. To also bring clarity to some
9 years
audience out there.
9 years.
Yeah. So about the story, I think you start.
Okay, so I remember in 2014. Okay, I got admission into school, and when I got admission, that was around 2010, 2011, and I got admission into essay management in in my alma mater, and he got admission into architecture, same institution,
Okay.
same faculty. And
Okay.
that day, I remember we do share courses, so I stepped into his studio, their architectural studio, and now you know how architects do. Everybody was just making noise, saying one thing, saying a lot, and then I saw this gentleman sitting somewhere there, and you could look and see that deeper life quote on him because
Our people. Our
it's not
people. We.
our people you get. It's not this fine shirts he's wearing, and those times those shirts that have the allowance like my
With starch. They would have
when I saw the
starched it
code
and
already.
iron.
When I saw his outfit, I saw the code already. That yeah. This
Now
is us.
we.
This is we. Yeah. So we just met, and then he met me. He too. He saw the code on me, my hairstyle and
So,
everything. So he
natural
just
sister, no earring, nothing happened.
so it was now like, are you're the phone life sister, right? And that was how we got talking, and we moved. Went from that day. I think we had other lectures.
Can I let me stop you there?
Okay.
Really, that day, that
Mm-hmm.
day, I saw a lady standing. She was, you know how campus is.
Yeah, yeah,
She
yeah.
was, she
I
was
know.
just a different, she carried the signature of
Hey,
difference, and I was like,
hey.
and I was like, who is this? I want to talk to her. I am normally, I love making friends, but
Amazing.
friends of my kind. I make friends with
Mm,
people who I feel have some level of courage. So I see her,
mm,
I want to I say, please welcome, I am John, and she told me who she was. I said, where do you stay? Actually, I came on campus. The fellowship
mm-hmm.
then was, had been driven out of campus. So when they were looking
Okay.
for a space, so
Okay.
coming on campus, there was no fellowship. There was no
Okay.
fellowship on campus. So we normally attend the mother church, and then once in a while we gather ourselves together somewhere, and then
Mm.
just sing some songs and then pray some prayers. And so we will always look for a chance to connect with our kind. You understand? So 100
You
level.
people, let me just say, you people, can you hear? Listen, I'm serious. Connect with your kind. Are you listening? Be not unequally yoked together with waiting by the church. Unbelievable. Look for your kind. Some of you are looking for Jesus only brother with a sprinkle of usher. I will not start saying some things. But okay, yeah, connect with your kind.
So see, I say, yeah. So I say, oh, you still on campus? You still your sister? Sorry, off campus. Wow, I got her number. Like, no, I did not. Then I say, wow, I would love to see more of you. You're over here, you're just
Yes.
opposite department. I am architecture,
Yes.
and department is opposite mine, and that's how it went. And then she can take on from there, please.
Okay, so time went on. We're having lectures. We're seeing once in a while when we have same faculty courses and everything. And then I moved, closer from my sister's place. I was closer to campus, and then he was now telling me about the fellowship after we had been established.
Yes, we now got to be established eventually.
Yes,
He
and
was
then
doing the Lord's work.
he was my choir master. Then okay, before I entered the workforce, I think there were times of him trying. He was a follow-up coordinator in the fellowship, and he was following me up
Ah,
like
I will not say what is
yeah.
on my mind. Let
So
me keep it.
So the radiant prayer woman you see here
Hey,
was also had her
so,
own
so
grace,
you were the one
her
doing the
own.
follow up back then in the years.
So
yeah,
she was not like the
Ah,
she was not who she is now.
yes, of course.
She
I
had her
was
own. God was working on her. So God was
those
using
days.
our kind, using our brothers, myself, not just me. Not just don't get me wrong. Because there was never
I
a plan.
get.
Like, there was nothing.
Yes, yes.
Just myself, the GC, then sister faith, sister faith.
So they will always be on my
Hmm.
matter. Like
My God.
I come to church, the moment church is finished, and me and that come to church immediately after I pick my Bible, I'm just walking
Don't
away,
disappear.
and they'll be following me. Hello, sister, please. I feel
Before
like what?
I have to tell you this. I have to tell you this. Man,
Tell us, tell us.
before she even began church, eventually,
Mm-hmm.
the scenario happened when I saw her, in the field of campus.
You will not
Mm-hmm.
After
forget
a
that.
long time, I will not forget
Uh-huh.
that. No, I can't forget. After a long time of not seeing her, I saw her on campus, and
Mm-hmm.
she was no more the quote unquote the kind,
Our
our
kind.
kind.
Ah,
God have mercy upon us.
So I called I said, Faith. I called her. You know, me, I was still looking like this brother that I was, or had no form or comeliness. You know, like, there is no beauty that she desired. You know,
You really want to escape.
I called Faith. Faith, snub, snub my life.
When you are like, babe,
You know,
on campus,
her
and
hair was just there. They
Ah, ah,
sunshade, everything
ah,
that
ah.
was that made her classy. And I was just there carrying one big T square and
with
carrying
big trousers and
gap.
big shirts.
Calm down
Let me
first.
add. So I
You know,
couldn't
so
just.
we could not relate then. And I was, but I really felt that was one moment in our process that really, you know, made me feel like, wow, nobody
Ask me
has,
to
like,
change
someone
my
who I
mind.
was, I was, you know, I really was looking out for, who snub me, and I just stood still at that, just somewhere by the field, just stood
Eh,
still.
open,
And after
open place.
I had stood for a while, I just gained courage. I started moving towards the hostel. You know, I
Yeah.
went back, I told the GCSE teacher, please snub me. Hey, you needed to see
Aww.
this. My God. And then we started another prayer walk. Started preparing for her, you know, and then reaching out to her. And eventually,
You buy books, everything, send me messages. You know, we said
my
we
God,
continue. I finally, God
finally,
convicted me, and
finally,
I came to the workforce.
my God.
So
Yes,
God,
I
wait.
did.
So God has been using this man in your life since
Like
since
dating.
30.
No,
Are you
no, it's
serious?
I'm telling you.
really,
So
it's really a joy in the Lord.
yeah, and it was really God because around I remember around 2013, that was when God arrested me in my
Oh,
department, not
Jesus.
even in the fellowship.
Not
But
even
then
where we were.
I came back and then I started attending the campus fellowship, and that was when he was still the follow-up coordinator, and then he was. I now joined the choir.
And I was faculty rep. Because
Right,
when you
yeah, yeah,
came,
yeah.
that's when I came full
Follow
up.
up,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was
that's true.
faculty rep. So you know, God started from faculty level, using me from
Yeah,
faculty level,
and
and then
Hey.
graduated to follow up level.
and then
You
later
get the
he
point,
became the
eh?
choir master. And later I now joined the choir. He was the choir master, and
Ah,
then
ah.
that's how we continue. Then imagine that he will be leading choir. In fact, if God had even at 2014, remember when I saw him praying in our regional headquarters, how will I see Bro John praying in my regional headquarters? So me, I would just like one of those. Well, whatever it means, Shad don't come to my dream anymore. I moved my life. Meanwhile, around that time, I was close to someone already. Someone that like I
Mm,
was already putting my interest, like my energy, everything. Like this is it.
I
This
see.
one will work.
I see. Okay.
Meanwhile, himself, he was just observing. He would just look at me. Oh, how you doing? He was interested in me naturally, and he just wanted my best of interest.
I
Like
see.
anything that concerns me, yes, he
I
just
see.
always hope you're fine. Everything. Meanwhile, we had our moments, yes, where I started seeing more of that revelation. I was getting angry because I
Hmm.
wasn't seeing the person I wanted. Why would I be seeing the project? By that time, of course, it's not like this now. Like,
I wish I could see a throwback picture.
to show that picture, but I think I'll look for some. So I could not imagine just seeing somebody that I'm on campus with, and God is showing me
Yeah.
revelation. Like I remember the day I saw him giving me money to cook. Like I saw a revelation of him giving me money to cook.
Ah,
I literally went, and my big sis was staying with me then. She came around to town then. I told my sister to go and warn him
ah,
straight
ah,
up, to warn him. I don't want to see him around me.
ah,
I
ah.
don't. I was angry. Like the revelations were making me angry. Like God now. Of course, no. Why? No, not this one.
Not this
Yeah.
guy. No,
Just to speak
not.
into that, just to speak into that, you know, for her, you know, over the years we have come to learn that one of the ways God speaks to her was through, you know, encounters, revelations, dreams. You understand? And most of the times, what she sees will either be an instruction, will
Mm,
either be, you know, some, you know, just a vision of what is to
mm,
come,
mm.
something she has to pray about, something she has to, you know, some counsel that she has to be wary of, and all that. So that's a peculiar,
Good.
you know, dealing, peculiar
Yeah.
dealing. For me, nothing concern me. And nothing concern my situation. I just live my life. Actually, I was not. I don't have. I never had so many females, so many sisters in my
Wow.
space. Just I was this brother who was just going straight. That not turn
Focus. You
left or
don't want
right.
any distraction.
I
Make
was not careful
nothing.
about that. Shaking sisters was
He
not.
was not. It was when we were almost graduating. That was like shake his
Eh.
hand.
My
You
God.
were part of those brothers, whole time religion brothers in campus.
So then, really,
They will
really,
not
really.
allow us
So
to
I
shake.
was, I never fitted into her mood. I was
Like
not the
at
spec.
all. Remember
That
someone that just came from that side and is coming back, and then you're meeting this spirit
I
coco.
get
Like,
it. I get it.
she was only interested in the spiritual welfare, which I was, careful about. She was was
Mm.
building her spirit. But this other line, what got her, getting her angry was, why would God divert?
and
What
Like,
is God saying?
that's
No,
not
no,
why
no,
I'm
no.
here. I
So,
didn't
he
come
did
for
not look
this.
like it.
my
He
God.
did not look
And
like
I
it.
was never intending for that. I was never intending for that. All I wanted was just be the best you can be for God and then for destiny. You understand? I just
Mm.
saw this is one sister, and I'm still I just see that God has his way of doing these things. It's a perfect plan
Yeah.
from God. It's God's story. That's why when you say your own story, I will say that the story you will call our own story is God's story.
Yeah.
Really, God writing his own story about us.
Mhm.
You understand? So that I was never, I knew about one or two of those, relationships there.
Yes, he literally would come around. Remember my send for like the two persons that were already like asking
In
my
the
hand in
line,
marriage were
on the
around.
queue.
And,
Like,
and I would
and
never
he knew.
mention
And he
any
never
of I've never
mentioned
seen
anything. Just
anything.
say, hope you're fine. Hope you trust that you're doing well and you're sure of what you're doing. He did not even. And me, then, because already I was angry. Like, those revelations were making me so angry that he would come to my house. I remember one day I banged the door at him,
My
like,
Hey.
God,
get
my
out.
God.
I banged the door, like, hello, what are you doing in my house? Like,
Sister Faith, you know easy. Oh.
Because
You
then she was staying with her sister,
my friend.
and her friend. Her sister came around and a friend. So I was close to her sister. Her sister was someone who always, she was
Hey.
an elder. Her elder sister would come.
Yeah.
So I just felt okay. Family is here. Let me just step in.
Nari
Since I
family.
was on campus, let me just step there and then say hello. And the sight of me, I never knew that she was dealing with something. She saw
And he
it.
did not know
I
that.
was
I
not
was
aware.
just battling it with myself.
I was
Like,
not aware.
that's it. I remember one day he sent me a happy new month
My
message.
God.
I think this is going to be the last one. I will move to the next level. And he put happy new month, dear. That dear was provoking me.
My God.
Why will you send a message and dear? Who is your dear? Like, I went to one day,
Make you see there.
like, literally I sit down and I be like, well, why was I that angry? Like, why was he just vexing me? And
You
God would just be looking at me like this. And the more he
you
was giving me the revelations,
I used to hear stories. I used to hear
Eh?
stories of sisters that
Eh?
were mean to their spouse before they knew, but I don't say they
seriously.
reach this level. You didn't want to hear anything about
I,
me. You
like, it was
said
so
that
bad.
he's concerned about your spiritual
And it
welfare.
was how myself I was so relentless, not giving up.
Like,
Because for me,
In
I
your
just felt
head.
this was
the more I did, the more he was coming like, sister,
nah. She
you
will
have
do
to be
it
strong in
today.
the Lord.
She will do it. My own was this was the rebellion. This was the devil wanting to
It's
take her
about
away
God
from God.
sent you to attack.
You understand? And I was insistent. You understand? Still there. The next morning, I will just place a call as a sister
You
faith.
might even be seeing it as
My
persecution. You are
God.
suffering for
And
righteousness.
me,
My
yes.
God.
Meanwhile, I'll be like, God, what kind of thing is this? I remember we went for a short ministerial course
My God.
around
Okay.
2015 in Port Harcourt, and our graduation party. He's a very free person, and he can enter a place and is making friends talking. Me, I'm just that very quiet. I'll just say, I'll calculate first, think who do I talk to. While we were having our graduation, we were just busy greeting this one. Hey, I was upstairs. I was looking good. Wait,
You'll be
what are you
looking
trying
at
to
it.
say? That is the person. The more I was doing, the more God was giving me a strong impression. That day it was a strong impression. He's the one. He's the one.
I tell
Oh my
you.
God, what is it? This brother I'm seeing on another one. Is it this one?
This brother will not even stay one place. Where they go every
The truth, I could not even marry myself. My tie was different from my trouser. Different, that mix. That not, When I see
I
one of
need
those
to.
or
I
two of
need to
those
see a
pictures,
picture. We need to
oh
see
my,
pictures.
oh my.
We'll try to get those pictures. So time passed by,
Yeah,
and the person I was putting my mind, oh yes, this person, God gave me revelation, it won't work, and then that was how it didn't work. Like that one was one blow
how
for
did you know
me,
what there?
and
How did you
fast
know?
story, fast story.
See, God has his thing, you
So,
know.
and then I remember graduating from school, and then there was one other person that was on my case. Like that one was there. So, I really wanted to go. I was like, ah, God, okay, let me give this one. You know, now when you are having someone that is already settled and marriage is his next agenda, like the house is
Everything
there,
is on
everything
ground.
is there, and you're
Mm.
seeing brother not gone for service,
When
and God is saying this is the word. Like, listen, and that man has experienced life. Bro is still trying to catch up with life, and God is saying is the word. God help now. God help. So that was the situation.
I wonder how God was looking at us from heaven, looking at you, because me, I know I had times where I prayed about, this thing. I can remember one time on campus, 300 level, 300, 400, when we were about graduating there, because I had a 5-year program, 75-year program, they crashed it to 4-year program. So that fourth 400 level, in finally, I had a dream. I was to go for a program, I was to go for administration somewhere. I was invited to minister somewhere. And I had a dream that night. Just, I did a trance or something. Just before not night, the evening before, it was a night program. And then I
okay.
saw how that, in that, that trance, somehow she was handed over to me as wife. She called,
Yee.
yeah, it was handed over to me as wife. I cannot remember the details of that dream, but the by and
I'm
large
just
of it was
guessing.
that she was handed over to me. That was when things in code was fine. We were talking. I was always telling her to, have you read that book? Have you listened to those
Mm.
messages? Have you done this and that?
Follow
So,
up. Follow up
so
faster.
I was, so when I saw that dream, then I now, those days when we go up on campus, anything that looks like woman, in our dream, will make us begin to think of,
Yeah.
it was, it's not spirit husband, it will
You or
now
you maybe
be
is your
infatuation or
flesh or
something.
something.
Yeah. So I called, I got to the vigil. In fact, I was destabilized that day. I got to the vigil and then I told her, please, I'd like to stop speaking with you. I called her. And then I called during the vigil and told her, please, Faith, I know I've been, careful about you. I've been careful, trying to help and all of that. But please, I don't want us to talk again. I don't
Like,
want us to speak again.
imagine at that point.
You understand? I was this kind of person that always complicated my life. Complicated issues myself. You
Hey.
understand? So
Uh-uh.
we'll tell you more stories about complications just before we round up. You understand?
Uh-uh.
So when I told her that, I told her, she asked me, why? You understand? Why are you not, why are you still telling this to me? We never were
We did
deeply
not
bothered or
fight. We
something.
didn't have any
You
issue.
understand? So I told her, see, I had this, I was foolish then, but not wise. Because those kind of things, like, you shouldn't tell a lady that. You understand? You shouldn't tell a lady that. If I knew what I knew now, I shouldn't have told her. So I told her, see,
Okay.
I had this dream. I saw you. I saw that your wife and married. I don't want us to talk again. You understand? And she asked me one question. Do you know? How do you know it is not God? I said something like that. Maybe God had said dealing with her then. I know because from the story, from the discussions, God had already started dealing with her. So she asked me, how do you know this was not God? I said, no, it's not God. It is not God, it is infatuation. My mind is playing on me, all of that. And that was how we stopped talking for a while. We stopped. In fact, all the best we could do was see in church, all your go your way. No more follow up,
Bye.
no more check up, nothing, And what now happened? How did we
Unbelievable.
reconnect? I think the next time we connected was during that reinvigoration program.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that's spiritual reinvigoration that we connected. A program I will never forget. Now that what happened, you had something, you had an encounter during that program.
Yes, I had an encounter. I think that was when I received my call.
Yeah.
Yes, during that program when I stay. So we just had a young person stay back to pray, choir like that and all.
Amazing.
So we just got talking once in a while. Hi John, yes, hi Sister Faith. And then everybody I think I even
That's
forgot about what he
important.
told me. I forgot about it. So I just went on and then we graduated, I went for service and then after I went for service, oh yeah, now God I'm in service. Who now? The other person has gone. Who there? So we're just talking once in a while during that service here. Meanwhile, the other person, there were two persons there that were really serious.
Mm-hmm.
One was remaining now, so that one was still on my case. Be like, should I go for this? I know when I met another bro during service.
Yeah. This
And
process.
like, and I met that brother, and I was at some point feeling like, oh, could this be the way? Because we're just connecting, we talk for hours. Not that I have
Everything
TG
just a
call.
gel.
Not that TG call.
And this brother, the only thing you ask the sister when he comes is so spiritual, like, how is your service here? Oh,
That's
then
for
the only
him.
thing she would tell me is that scorpion beat me, and I will spend some time praying for her.
Remember. So one of the things that made me say consider
You were prayer warrior now. You were deliverance.
yes, one of the things that made me consider him was when okay, I remember I had a revelation and God I was saying, funny enough, Pastor Kumi's children are Jerry and John. Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
that person I met was Jerry. So I was feeling like, oh, yes, could it be Jerry? And then clearly, it came so clearly that I can remember it vividly. The person was like, oh, I was like asking someone, is it Jerry or John? And then I heard it clearly, it's John. I was angry because already I connected with Jerry again during service. I know he might watch this, but yes, and I was like, God, no, now. And meanwhile, the man was still in the process. And then after that, we started connecting again, and also that day is mentioning. I remember I was home, and then when I was home, I was beaten by a scorpion. Yes, and then I had to, I sent a message to two persons. He said, "Oh, this is what has happened. You need to come and see prayer that this brother loaded me with." I was like, "Oh my God!" Wait, that's when I sat there. I said, "Why the other person say, oh, so sorry, oh, this one just bombarded me with prayers." That's why I sat there. I said, "God, where am I going to?" So we finished service here, and then of course the person came again. When you finish service here, everybody's eyes on you. See how
Mm-hmm.
far
Next
and
thing,
see
I'm
how
married.
far. What is
You know,
happening?
I
What is
moved.
happening?
She said in the Lagos State. Then, did you move to Lagos?
I know I went back home for
I went
final
back
to
home. I
Lagos.
got beat by a scorpion. I got pregnant, plus with my
That-
brother.
And then
Went to
when I
Lagos.
came to Lagos, at that point I was like, God, please, I need to settle down. What are you saying? The other person was
God
already
has been
speaking
showing you since. And you know,
since.
let me tell you something. Some of you ladies on this is how you are. God has been telling you that this is the person. You have seen signs, you have seen confirmation. People have said it. You have opened scripture, you have seen it.
And you're not accepting.
You are not accepting. Some of you are you people. I don't want to say something. What is wrong with you people? What?
I think let me share this too. There was one time way before the other first person left. The person came to meet me to say, "Oh, this thing, can we move it to the next level? Everything, okay, let's go and pray." That day, I cannot forget. I entered the room and I was asking God, God, who is it? Should I accept this brother that is on now? That's the person that I was always feeling that
Mm.
he's the one.
Yeah,
Should
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
accept him and go on? There on, see, if we are sincere with God, God will be sincere with us.
That's right.
If we are
That's
sincere
right.
with God, God will be
Yeah.
sincere with you.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately there, God told me he was the one. I said, God forbid. I
Eh?
started saying, God, I said no. Like I said,
I'm
it
sorry,
was
yo.
not like
Brother, you still shake it, oh. You still shake.
The thing is this, I don't know why, because maybe God knew she will be
he
the
gave me his special girl. I'm not in that one.
she will be the
He gave me his own.
we're getting there.
He gave me his own letter.
God knew that my own stubbornness was 1 mile and hers was 1,000
You
miles. So God had to
truly,
break.
God needed to take a long time to. If he came directly to speak to me, it wouldn't have worked. That's the truth. It wouldn't have worked because there was no way he could convince
Eh?
me. So God had to take the process to convince me
Yeah.
before God sent him to come speak to me.
Are you
So,
serious?
so I
Yeah.
remember that day when I was there with God, like I was saying, no, no, God. I started crying. It was so strong. I could feel the presence of God in that room. Like we were talking, I was having a conversation with God, and God was telling me he's the one. I said, God, no, I know now.
God really loves you. Oh. You know, there are some people that God is saying this is, and then they keep insisting and saying, no, no, no.
Yeah.
God will just like give them that free will to go, and
Absolutely.
then they will now go and make a wrong choice.
Truly. Because I sit down now and I'm like, God, imagine I had insisted and gone with all those people. I have not even discovered my purpose. I've not discovered my ministry. I've not gotten clarity on my ministry. I've not gotten clarity on any. I was just so eager. I think I was around 20 years. Like 20, I graduated at 21. So I think I was around 2019, 20, 21. But I was so desperate for marriage. I don't know why. I was so desperate.
Teenager.
We just said
Teenager, you they pray marriage. Anyway, I think it's also
like,
good to pray it early enough.
that
Anyway,
is,
I think it's
I
also
was so desperate for marriage. I remember, so that day, God now told me while I was there crying, saying, "No, God, no. Do you know that this brother sent me a message? Instant, he sent me a message at that moment when I was having an encounter. Like God was just the guy saying, "You see, like you see." Immediately, I screamed that day. My parents had gone out. I was alone in the room. I just looked. Literally, I felt God being in that room with me, and we're having a conversation. And then I was now like, no, 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 God, no. I was like, I said, no, no, it cannot be. I was telling him no. Do you know what God told me? It just came clearly like this is. I was like, as we are talking, that's what I was just saying. That's how it was. He told me, you're not ready yet. He went.
yeah. Bam.
He went. He said, you're not
Good,
ready yet. He
good
went.
for you.
And then brought back the feeling for the other person I wanted. I was now happy.
Yeah.
That was before the person now later left. So this was the
Eh.
encounter. This alone and this would have told me, but then my mind, I think I was so like that is the person that's who I want. And then that's how it left me. Then I said
That's
joining
look,
on.
look, did you hear? You were like, that is what you want. Not
Yeah.
what God wants. You see, that people
So
are
it
learning. I hope that people
truly,
are learning from this conversation, because
truly,
sometimes what you want is different from what God wants for you.
Yeah,
truly
yeah.
different.
I have said this thing before when I interview people. I used to say that if anybody had told me that at 31 I wouldn't be married yet, I would have doubted. Because I used to be that person who literally felt like she had her life figured out. I knew what I wanted to do part time. You see how you were saying at 18, at 19? If you see my diary that time, if
Hey,
you see my diary,
hey,
2020, I'm this, 21,
hey.
I don't talk say at 28, I don't born 3 children, everything they there. But you see, when God is taking you through a process, and that's
So,
especially if there's also an assignment that God wants you to do,
Yeah.
really,
you
that's
will
true.
you will learn, you will learn, you will learn. So later you will now come down. Now that, okay, God, let's start again. I'm sorry.
When God allowed me, that's when we say having all of those things in school, all of those spaces, and then he came back again and he was still speaking to me. He will come back. Whenever I ask him, our church now, we can do a lot of marriage seminars,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know the
yeah,
will of God. So the thing will
yeah.
stop me. I'll come back to ask him again. He would give me one revelation. I'll be
And
like,
it is
this
still
one
pointing to
again.
this brother.
And he will still point to him. After the other person had left, I was just like, God. I went for service, came back, came to Lagos. I was now like, that was 2018. I was now
From
like, God,
2014.
from 2014, that's 4 years later. Not like, God, please. I've finished school, I've gone for service, I want to get married. That was it. You know that one that God will just look at you and say, oh, they're ready. Okay, let's go.
Mhm. Welcome back.
He now give me another one. I say, God, are you still on this thing? Are you still on this thing? Is it still this person? Now you don't want to let go of this person.
You're
Mountain
done.
you will light up, mountain you will climb up. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I
You
had
can
to
see, you
change.
can see that song playing out.
I had to change my prayer point at this point. I was now like,
Mm.
God, I'm ready to do your will. At this point, the brother in place, who is this fine man here, was no longer, we were no longer in connection. It was now that distance high by. I was the one now
Wow.
looking for his attention.
Yeah.
But I accept. This is his own place of the shade.
Let me hear from him. Your John,
Like, so
when it was your turn.
And so Taraba got me, serving in Taraba, finishing service in Taraba, and then I was already serving as choir master, the state level, regional state level, assisting and then serving, and then associate coordinator, campus fellowship, education
with
pastor,
all those fine, fine sisters around him.
so
Eh,
imagine you leading
plenty sisters.
all of this. You see the good, the bad, the ugly, all shapes and sizes. And then I still thank God for God. Because for me,
Hmm.
I knew I could relate.
Hmm.
I knew I could make friends. I was someone who had definition of my life. I knew,
Mm.
I knew what I wanted. You understand?
Mm.
You see me speaking to Tangly seminar like this. My God.
Fire
Tangly
brand.
seminar talking about this thing. Oh, you sisters, you know, you want to get, you know, you want to marry. The only thing is marry, marry, marry. And then the other year, you know. So that was it. I was not a sister's brother. I knew I could. I related with everybody as if they were my brothers and sisters. I was just a simple person. You understand? So
Mm.
since I just knew that my life,
Mm.
you understand, had to chase,
Mm.
build capacity,
Mm.
chase my dreams, you
Mm.
know, and then, but then all of a sudden it was now beginning to dawn on me. I disconnected from her. I was going to call it, you know, after a few months, I was saying, how far now? You know, I would now call her because I knew she was my friend, you know, although she would not accept that. Then I knew she was my friend to me, but I was not her friend. How do I put it?
You
So I
are
would
the only
always
one in the
call her,
friendship. She was not in the friendship with you. You.
you know. So I would just call her. I just said, God, I beg, deal with this thing. You know, I don't want to look as though I'm forcing. But I was beginning to sense that this lady, she's struggling with something. She's struggling with something. So I was a man. So I was going to feel, is it that I was, you know, more or less a pressure on her or something, or
Mm.
she's fighting.
Mm.
But I knew how complex her life was. I knew that
Mm.
I was not following with other stories about service here then. I only knew the ones that happened during campus days and how that I was always trying to protect her against every other
Mm.
man, you know, that was not
Mm.
looking like someone who had, you know,
A sense of direction.
some
Yeah.
direction as well. You know, so and then that was service, and God was beginning to take me. I was beginning to take God seriously.
Mm.
And in turn, God was beginning to take me seriously. I need to ask God
Good.
questions.
Ladies and
God,
gentlemen, be learning, be learning, be learning.
you
When
know,
you
because
take
for
God
me,
seriously,
marriage was not in the
God will take
context.
it
Hmm.
seriously.
Marriage was not in the context. So I had not tried any serious prayer about marriage then. So it was service year. After
Mm.
service year, when I was now dealing with ladies, my leaders then would tell me, Bro John,
Mm.
I know you have charisma. I know you have a long way to go.
Mm.
You know, you have a journey ahead of you. You have prospects. Settle this issue of marriage. You understand?
Mm. Very
Sisters will come
important.
and meet me and tell me that the sister will meet me and say, you know, that or somebody met me and told me that if you don't marry this sister, that's one sister that time. If you don't marry this sister, you have missed it in marriage. You have missed it.
Mm. Mm.
You know, you know,
Nemo.
so several.
That's what they tell me to.
Oh my
Nemo.
God, are you serious?
Somebody told me that they had checked my destiny file. Yeah.
Ew.
No, I'm serious. So, in fact, this story, not be today I want to come, but I was in a
Hey.
relationship. I had done my introduction at the time, and I knew that, you know what, I'm not ready for this. This is not it anymore. Yeah. And then I said, you know what, I'm not doing anymore. And this man came and said, I have checked your destiny file. If you don't marry this guy, you want to tear your destiny file. If you tear it, it can never be arranged. If you You know, I could see. Let me not start my own gist. Make I
Oh
know.
my God. The next meet will have to be you. You have your story.
I will just start sharing now.
So that was it, and God was now beginning to deal with me. And one name God gave me, she was
Mm,
faith.
mhm,
God gave me a name, and
mm,
that was the name that began to build assurance, build
mm,
conviction. That
mm.
name was faithful. So she will remember that I was the only one that would call her faithful. You
Why are you
understand?
calling me Faith?
I
Call me
was,
Faith. I'll be like, my name is Faith.
because
My name is Faith. Why are you calling me
you know,
Faith?
that was those the days I was really going to build assurance in. I was not calling her every time. I needed to sound, and I was still struggling, but I just needed to build conviction, build, and that name God gave me faithful. That this sister, I have not just kept her for you, you know, I have preserved her for you. It's
Ah,
not
yeah.
just an arrangement, it is my preservation. You understand?
Hey, my
This power of
reservation,
that,
ladies and gentlemen. Hey, God,
you know,
reservation for you.
you know that kind of thing that you come to an occasion and they say this seat is reserved.
Reserved. They know
You
they
know,
sit down
so
for there.
that was God's reservation, God's preservation, and
Mm,
that name came faithful. I walked on the street coming back from church. I was going to take my prayer seriously. I prayed, but then I just needed to be sure. I just needed to be sure and so sure. You understand? And then before then, okay, it was
So I
that
think I need
was
to share this
please
part.
share this part.
So one of the things
Because I
that
want to run to the end before this
God.
very
so
much
before
share
he
it.
said getting the conviction and the faith,
Mm.
something happened one day. I think that was around 2019. My